I have recently gotten some advice on my YouTube video on healers, so I'm going to try to make better armor. Okay, so I'm here in the Brass Fortress in Clockwork City. A lot of guilds have these transmutate stations, so it's not a big deal. Scale Collar Peak, you need Gerald's Courage, is what they said. Scale Collar Peak. It's a rough dungeon. Like I said in the videos, I only run normal dungeons for the most part. I am trying some veteran dungeons, so once in a great while, I'll try one. But mostly it's just normal. But anyway, I'm going to make 5 pieces of this, and I'm going to try to make them all infused. Cause I just think more and more and more and more magic. I just need all the magic I can get. Now I like this one. I think there's one of the two that gives the other players more damage if I overheal them. Of course I'm going to overheal them because that's what I do. I tend to just think they just need more healing than they probably need. I probably, like they said, I should probably wait. I should have like a clock I watch, and I'm not playing this game to watch clocks and timers. If I'm doing, I'll quit. But I do want to heal people. I'm looking to see if they need more healing if they're dying. And they also said don't stand by the tank. Well, the only reason I even stand behind the tank is because I saw a video and it said here's where players are supposed to stand is behind the tank. Dummy old me thought, well, that's where you got to stand is behind the tank. But now I learned that don't stand behind the tank, so I'm not going to stand. I am going to run up behind it, around the tank, and put an altar up. I like it when somebody does that when I'm tanking. I'll run away. I'll stand anywhere near them and I'll heal the DPS. And I'll overheal the DPS, where in this outfit it gives them more damage. Now I'm wearing an Oaken Soul Ring, which I like it because it gives me a whole bunch of things. It kills my ability to wear a monster set, but it gives you just so much. So I wear it. So I'm going to wear Spell Power Cure, and I'm going to wear Gerald's Guidance, which is, they're both light armor. And this is going to be for my healer. This is my crafter right here, which is a tank. But I'm going to put these two sets. So I'm going to put most of the body parts in Gerald's Courage. Gerald's, not Courage, Guidance. And then, and it's from Scholar's Peak. We got to go down to find it. It's down there below the others. And I'm glad they recommended these because I didn't even know. I hadn't even thought about these. I've worn the Worm Remnant. I've worn the other sets. Bogdan's Shockthorns for the monster set. And all kinds of other things. And I wanted to try this. So I'm game for trying it. I'm going to run out of Zircon for the amulet, but I'm going to make one of the rings in purple. My other ring is the Oaken Soul ring. I like it. Now, the Oaken Soul ring, the only downside is you don't have a back bar, so I can't put a lightning staff on. But, I mean, my job is to heal, alright? Now, I've been in games where healers think they're DPSs. I was in some just recently, and the healers were running around DPSing. And every now and then they'll throw down some healing. It's just so easy to do when you're a healer to turn DPS. You might have the best of intentions, but people are dying around you because you're not actually healing them. I tend to overheal. So looking at this one set and found that I give people more damage by overhealing them, great. Let's do that. Let's give them more damage. Then I'm helping the group, okay? And yeah, and they both give me more magic, which is just awesome. That's what I want. I just want a whole lot of magic so it goes right in line with what I want. And I don't recommend anybody do anything I'm doing at all. Now, if you're completely off base, completely doing this wrong, maybe this will help you some. So, Spell Power Cure is in White Gold Tower. You don't even have to run the whole thing usually to get all these parts. If you just run it over and over again, eventually you'll get all the parts for the most part, that you need. So even if you don't complete it, just keep going back and doing it again and again. I did that to get a lot of Crimson Twilight. Now, I don't have in light armor the breeches for infused, so I did divines. Okay? I am researching that. I don't see there's a problem with me doing one divines item. Everything else is infused, so I can increase the amount of magicka I have. I want to make sure I have a lot of magicka for this. So as you're watching this, I'm making each item in infused as if I can. And so I've got the spell power cure is a ring, an amulet, and a sash, and the restoration staff. And the Gerald's guidance, well, I think I'm saying that right now, of course, is the other parts. The epaulets, the robe, the hands, the feet, and the breeches. And that leaves me with a hat. And I think on this character, there's the character, and they're wearing lich gear, which I thought was okay. I looked somewhere up online, and it said the lich gear was pretty good stuff. Of course, I'll try this. I have it in purple. I'm going to take it all off and put on this gear. Now, I'm probably going to keep wearing the lich hat. I mean, because I've killed being able to wear a monster set due to wearing the Oaken Soul ring. So I can't wear a monster set unless I want to kill one of the 5-piece sets. And I don't know if I want to do that. I kind of like the Oaken Soul ring. It just gives you so much. And it might help keep me alive. I like the look of the outfit, though. It's a nice looking little outfit. So, it's just maybe not for everybody, but I was told maybe try this. This would work better. Okay, now as far as potions go, I'm using the Tri Restoration potion, so I am using potions. I have it slotted, and I'm doing the Solitude Millet Soup, I think, which it was recommended by another player to use because it gives you a lot of match. So it's a food buff, which I think one of these armors gives you a food and potion buff, which is great. That's wonderful. That's what I need. And I've got both on. There's the Oaken Soul ring, and look what it does. So, and I know some people say I should wear the amulet, Spalder or something or another, and I looked at it. It gives you more points towards your ultimate. It doesn't give you all this other stuff, so I'm just like, I'm gonna wear Oaken Soul. Now, if somebody says don't wear Oaken Soul, I mean, I'll listen, but there's just so much it does. And it's not a bad looking little outfit. As far as turning on all the things to gauge how much I'm healing, if I should heal now more or less, if I'm getting to that point where I'm doing that, I'm just going to quit. Okay, I kind of play this casually. Now, the fact is, I looked at this armor, this gear, and I think one of them is slotted that if I have 5 pieces, if I overheal people, it gives the other players more spell damage. Well, that's exactly a good thing. I'm actually helping the other players. And I want to, I want to help them. I might try this one in a veteran dungeon, but I'm going to go run a normal dungeon, which is what I run most of the time. And a lot of times you don't even need a healer in those, but, I think it helps, especially if you're in there with a lot of low levels. They like healing. And I've been in a lot of dungeons as a tank, even normal dungeons, where there just isn't a healer at all. So that's why I said, why should I just complain all the time? Why not just go be a healer and see what it's like? So that's what I did. I've made several healers. I think the druids make really good healers. This is an arcanist, and so I'm going to try to use a lot of these arcanist healing spells. I mean, it's got the ultimate, which is this block that people have to attack. But listen, I don't want people to have to attack a block to get healing. They're already attacking monsters. Have to attack something else on top of that. It seems like a lot of work for them. At least that's just my opinion. So I'm using Panacea. If you think there's something better than that, you can tell me. Now, like I said, I don't recommend anything that I'm doing for somebody else. Now, I use the shield. I have the shield restoration, the healing shield, and I think there's one set of this armor actually goes toward making that healing shield last longer. So great, that's wonderful. So, and I like the fact that it makes my arms glow. So that's good. Now I'm losing out on some things. I think I was using Moongrave Fane or something like that. I'm not for sure, but it was casting this ball, this red hemoglobin ball out in front of people, and someone said nobody even knows what that is, and they might think the monsters made it. Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense, but I do want to see that I'm healing. And with this Arcanist, you've got that frisbee-looking thing you throw around people. It looks like a hula hoop, and they can at least see that I'm healing them. I'm taking a food buff right now, so that's going to even up my magic anymore. Now look at this. This is my a character. Wow, I got 30-something thousand magic. That's a lot. 25,000 something health. So I have a lot of both. I didn't put anything except one thing on Divines for the health. To help with I have the Lady as a Mundus Stone. Maybe I probably should get something to make my healing better as a Mundus Stone. But I went with Infused. And so I'm just going to queue up a normal dungeon and run it. And I hope that, will be good. Now, if you have any questions, here's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing Gerald's Guidance, which you can find in Scale Collar Peak, which is a horrible dungeon to run if you've never run it before much, because it's got so much poison in it. People just fall out all over the place. And then White Gold Tower. White Gold Tower is not that bad. You get to the very end part, and it's a little rough because of the last boss, but it's not a bad dungeon. And the way I got all this gear to this character was I took the character that made it, and then I put it in the bank, and then I logged out on that character and put this character in, and then when I put this character in, I just pulled it back out of the bank. That's why you see the banker there behind me. So if you have any questions, you can tell me about it. I mean, I'm going to just show you a little bit of it playing. I'm not going to do the whole dungeon. That's game playthrough. This is an educational kind of walkthrough on what I did for the character. So here we go. I'm down here in the dungeon, and I picked the chest. Now, I have my lockpick skills at 4 of 4. I even bought it for this character because I didn't want to go through all the trouble. Because I have it, I went with one of my characters and I got it all. I just want to be able to go up to the safe and pop it. So that's what I recommend, especially if you're out doing a lot of traveling on your own, and you come up across an advanced safe. You don't want to not be able to open it. I don't want to go through all the effort to, to learn to unlock it. I think that's called Ledgerman skill. Anyway, I love this game. It's great fun. My animation for looking like I'm doing radiating healing at this point is not working, but I'm actually doing it. I don't have time to take the staff off and put it back on. So I'm just running around healing people, and I'm throwing that frisbee thing. My magic's not suffering. I'm probably over healing these people. Good, that's a good thing, because the armor I'm wearing now, if I'm over healing them, it actually gives them more weapon damage, or spell damage, I think it is. So good. Now I'm using the staff a little bit. I'm doing tiny amounts of damage to things. They're looking good. They're not hurting. I'm throwing that frisbee thing at them. I think they're going to be okay. Now, as part of a healer, you kind of have to watch to see what the people are going through. Are they suffering? Are their stats going down? So I have to kind of keep an eye on everybody's stats. And if their stats start going down, then I need to get up there and heal him. And with the tank, I usually run up there and throw an altar and then run away. Okay? So I'm not going to stand right behind it. And the only reason I ever did that to start with was I saw that in a video where somebody had said, and the place for the healer is behind the tank, to heal the tank. Because the tank dies, everybody else dies. And I said, well, that just makes sense to me. So I guess my job is, and this is what I think with DPS a lot. Everything's about them, because they're the ones in the dungeon killing the monsters. Unless they're not. You get in some dungeons and the DPS don't really have much DPS power, and it takes forever to kill a monster even in a normal dungeon. And then you're like, stand there with the Oaken Soul ring on thinking I probably should do some fighting here, but you know you don't. But I hope you're enjoying my little healing video here, and thoughts on healing DPS and tanks. I'm backing away. I'm trying not now. I'm gonna throw down an altar and just back away. See how I can back behind him. Now some people say I'm not pulled out far enough. Well, I don't want this to look like Diablo. You know, Diablo with the little tiny characters. I don't want to play Diablo right now. I played Diablo back in the 90s. So I like this. I like to pull up. I mean, there's a lot of detail in these characters. And you get to see third person or first person. I don't do first person because it makes me car sick. But I do like throwing the healing orb. And I'm just running out of magic here. But see, it's recovering real fast. And I have the tri-potions to bring it up too. So, here's my thoughts on this. If you watch my video and it helps you to become a little better healer, that's great. If it's not for you, that's wonderful. I don't think I'm a horrible healer right now. I do like this Gerald's guidance outfit along with the spell power cure. I think it's great. A lot of people don't actually give me any advice. They just say, hey, you're really horrible. And I already knew that, but at least this person said, hey, try this. And so I am trying it. Alright, so, and I like it. I like it a lot. It seems like good armor, like good advice. So I'm going to go around here and heal a little bit more. You know, it killed the main monster. But this is just normal. Normal's great. This character right here is 2,300 something. I have 12 characters. Like I said, I really enjoy this game a lot. It's a lot of fun. Could I get a lot better at it? Oh yeah. Usually though, when I ask people they just make fun of the fact that I'm so horrible at it, and they don't actually give me any help to get better. At least this person gave me some ideas. So I really think Spell Power Cure and Gerald's Guidance, they're both can be found in dungeons. One is in Scale Collar Peak, and the other is White Goat Tower. So bye bye.